Hey boys and girls, I decided tonight, last minute, I was going to go ahead and do a comparison between the LG X Power and the LG X Style, also known as the Tribute HD. So we're going to dive in, talk a little bit about it, compare speed tests, basically opening apps and stuff like that, and just my all-out experience with both of these devices. So let's cue that roll and let's get it started. Alright, here we go. So right now my X Power screens has been very sensitive. But anyways, on my left we have the X Power, and on my right we have the Tribute HD. Now in the X series, of course, obviously X Power, and this device will be known as the X Style. Let's talk about the body build real quick. There is a significant difference between them, and you will feel it when you hold both of them in your hand, even though they are both made with plastic. Polycarbonate is a little bit more stronger on this device, you can tell. It's just the quality of it is just better than the Tribute HD. Weight, you definitely feel a difference between them in the weight class, as the X Power is heavier than the Tribute HD, but both are pretty much light phones. Now, when you look at the back of the phone, the X Power has, like, I don't know if you guys can see that, those little divots all in there, like it's been stabbed by a million needles. It's kind of cool. It does make the back of this device kind of slick and slippery, so you might want to put a case on it if you know, your palms are sweaty majority of your time. Now, the even bigger problem is with the Tribute HD. Now, it tries to replicate that same type. I don't know, let's try to get this as close to the camera as we can here and try to focus in. And it's just not wanting to work with me today. However, it's really hard to see because there's this reflective coating over it, which then reflects light, so you can barely see it, but it pretty much tries to replicate exactly what you see right here, just with this glossy finish over it, which makes it even more slicker than the X Power. So that's something you might want to keep in mind. Basically, a case for both of these if you are the type to be clumsy. Now, of course, with the X Power, it kind of looks good with this whole black finish, because when the screen is off, it's just like, you know, hey, it's just like one slate. Whereas when you look at the Tribute HD, the white just kind of like helps, as far as, not helps, but it doesn't help with the appearance. As it kind of looks two-tonish. Like, you got this really white right here on the bezel. Then on the very bottom of the chin, it's just this off cream white. So it's just like two tones of white. Like, I don't understand that. That's just kind of weird for me. However, one is a 5.3-inch display. One is just a 5-inch display. So yeah, definitely you'll see the difference within them here real quick. Let me just close out this background notifications. And let's put the brightness like full max, and you guys will see. Make sure this one's on full max as well. Yep, okay. So yeah, full max. There is the screen display between both of them. Full max brightness turned on. And there we go. To me, the X Power just looks just slightly better. The Tribute HD display is just a little washed. Not super bad, but just a little washed. Like, I don't know if you guys want to look right there. You guys can see the difference between both Twitter icons. There is a slight difference. Nothing overly major, but kind of almost there. And if you guys look at the Google Plus icon, they're almost, you know, the same shade of like a burnt reddish orange, but the Tribute HD is just a little bit more washed as far as what you're looking at. So spec wise, both have 16 gigabytes of internal storage. I believe there's 10.45 gigabytes available on the X Power, and I think 9.7 available on the Tribute HD. So that's one thing to kind of think about right there. 2 gigs of RAM with the X Power, 1.5 gigs of RAM on the Tribute HD. And my device is a defective device, the Tribute HD that I have right here, as I played around with another one that just seemed to perform a little bit better, not drastically different than what I'm experiencing with this. So between both of these devices, I can pretty much tell you right now that the X Power is really gonna knock the socks off the Trivia HD. It's just, I don't know. Some people have said like it's similar to the X Power in speed. I don't think so. I see a drastic difference between both of them. But what we're gonna do right now is we're going to open a few apps simultaneously and see which one or how long one takes to boot up each app. So I'm going to go and close out some background apps, and I'm also going to clear some background cache, and yeah, we're going to do this. Alright, so basically we're going to test the speeds of both phones by opening up some apps, seeing which ones actually how long they take to actually boot up upon opening. So all background apps have been killed out. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with Google Plus. 1, 2, 3. Pretty close. Okay, let's go with Facebook. 1, 2, 3. Not shabby, not too shabby. All right, let's load up Snapchat. Well, not Snapchat because they got to be signed in. So, let's open up Studios. 1, 2, 3. Something went wrong. Trying another account. Okay. Let's go with. Let's see what we can do. Let's go with YouTube. 1, 2, 3. And there lies some problems. Okay, let's back out. Let's open up Twitter. 1, 2, 3. So now you're starting to see that the Trivia HD is starting to slow down. Let's see, what else apps can we open? Let's pop open the Play Store. 1, 2, 3. Trivia HD actually opened up faster than that one. Okay, let's open up Play Newsstand. 1, 2, 3. So again, there's things that the X Power is going to be faster at than the Trivia HD. So let's go back and open up Google Plus. Let's go back, open up Facebook. Let's go back. Let's open up Studios. Still something went wrong. Let's go back. Let's open up YouTube. Let's go back. Let's open up Twitter. So you guys can see where the Trivia HD is lacking in performance. Let's talk a little bit about the cameras. Honestly, I gotta feel like that the Trivia HD kind of, I don't want to say it takes it, it just does better in cameras compared to the X Power. So we'll use that emoji wallet right there as for the subject. And yeah, so let's go ahead and pop open cameras here, and so kind of just like focus in and snap a photo. And so here is the photo itself. So I mean, it's like, it's not bad at all for the cameras that it has, and it's an 8 megapixel rear camera. Now we'll go with the X Power's camera, and kind of get to focus. Open up the photo here, and again, like they're almost similar when it comes to, you know, the photos. Kind of similar. I just, you know, honestly, no. I don't know. You guys tell me. They're almost similar. Here's where it gets a little bit tricky. It's where it gets a little bit tricky. So we'll go back to the cameras here. And let's go ahead and swap them around. And this is what we get. And right now I look a little fuzzy on this one. I don't know why. Let me clean the camera lens here. There we go. And this is what we get. So we'll take a selfie here. We'll take the same image selfie here. And let's open them up. The Trivia HD doesn't do too bad with pretty decent lighting. It's when you cut the lighting is when it's going to get really different, as this one does not, the X-Power does not do very well with low lighting. The Trivia HD, you're able to see things with low lighting, but you're going to get a lot of background fuzzy noise, which is going to do more harm than good for the, the photo itself. So, anyways, last thing I want to talk about is the battery life. Obviously, of course, big difference. You got a 4100 milliamp hour battery with the X-Power. You got a 2100 milliamp hour battery with the Trivia HD. So the Trivia HD basically has just about half the amount of battery capacity as the X-Power. Now the X-Power, I can get about almost 3 days on light use. I can get about a day, almost close to 2 days with real heavy use. Screen on time has been between 10 to 11 hours. And that can't be with the Trivia HD. Even though it has a 2100 milliamp hour battery, it has some very poor battery life. 2 hours screen on time, basically maxing out about 4.5 hours before I have to charge. Battery is not the greatest with the Trivia HD, so that's something you may want to consider. And so that's it for the review of the LG X-Power versus the LG X-Style, also known as the Trivia HD. They were just, I guess the reason I wanted to do this was, there was just this whole thing of that they were similarly the same, and I don't see that at all whatsoever. Using both of these for quite some time now, their behavior is nothing alike. They're polar opposites. Got to be a placebo effect because the back of the phones look the same and the front of the phones kind of look the same, but they're not the same. Processing speeds is definitely better with the X-Power and definitely faster. Build quality is top notch. I like it, even though it's plastic. It's not made out of metal, but metal doesn't always scream premium. Plastic can be too, just how it feels in the hand. It feels really nice in the hand, and that's what matters. And I think they did an excellent job with that. And just a little weight to it. I'm a person, I like phones that are like not super heavy, but this kind of like is like my ballpark area. The Trivia HD, good. It's got its good points to it. I really don't understand the two-tone white. I don't understand that at all whatsoever. But I do like the feel of it as well. It doesn't feel premium, but it feels nice in the hand. Obviously, battery life is not going to hold against the X-Power. It's just that whole thing of some of these devices being defective is just the main issue that I have. But even though playing around with a device that didn't have any defective issues with it, that device still couldn't hold a candle to the X-Power. But, very good. The cameras on here I really like. I just really wish that they would have cleaned up the, with the low light, giving us the ability to have low light shots where you can, get some nice, good photos, even though there's not a lot of light. That was a good move for the Trivia HD. But the fact that those photos will have a lot of haze, a lot of noise in it, just really kind of ruins the whole thing. So not missing too much there with the X-Power's cameras, which doesn't do well in low light shots at all. And as far as that, audio is about the same between both of them. And like I say, that's pretty much it, guys. So if you guys enjoyed my comparison between the LG X-Power and the LG X-Style, you guys can let me know by smashing that like button. Leave any other questions you guys may have in the comment section of the video, and I'll try to answer it there, or I'll probably do like a secondary video following up with this one. If you have not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you guys know when I put up a video, because now you have to do that in order to be notified. Links will pop up on the display. You guys can click them either on your laptop, on your desktop, or even if you're using a tablet or a mobile smartphone. Those links you see on the screen, they're clickable. You can click them, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell option, check out the last previous video if you guys want to. My name's Tito, and you guys can check me out in the next one, guys. Aloha, love you guys very much. Good night. Sayonara. Bye.